Hello my friends and enemies alike. Hope you're as good as can be in these dark times. What you're about to hear is once again the same department under Mark Fern acting with complete impunity, as he still does to this very day, which is to disregard any rules and regulations he sees fit and then leaving other departments and operatives to bear the brunt while Mark Fern reaps the rewards of his insidious actions while others suffer because of them. For context, this recording is from 6 years ago and the follow-on from part 7 of the quest to obtain my data from Walsall Council, or rather Mark Fern, who believes it's the same thing. You will hear 3 phone calls, first one from me to Walsall Council Assurance Team, and 1 return call from Kim Phal, then Mark Fern's unlucky scapegoat, Kim Phal, with a second return call, after contacting the enforcement department, who you will hear agree with me in which department is responsible for everything and still is, after admitting she has read my file. Wow, I am totally shocked. You got a file on me, have you, Mark Fern? I wonder what it reads like today. Enjoy.
Is this am I speaking to Kim Phal?
Speaking.
Yes, this is Mark. I believe you've just sent a subject access request to me.
Yes, that's right.
In the subject access request, I've requested all the information. Clearly, the liability order is not there that I've asked for.
Sorry?
The liability is not in the subject access request that I asked for.
The liability for?
For the court case that's going. That this is all about the complaint. I've got a complaint logged with yourselves at the moment.
Yeah.
And the subject access request was so I could get the information, so I could update the complaint, so I could send it to the Ombudsman. I've sent the subject access request in accordance with all the rules and regulations, and there's no liability order in there.
Liability order?
Liability order.
Yeah, okay. So basically what happened is, like I've explained in the letter, is because you asked for all your information, we contacted all our various departments across the council and asked them to send us any information that they had on you. Money, Homes and Jobs, which covers council tax and benefits, sent through the information to me, and then I looked at that and I sent it on to you. So if there's information missing, then I need to go back to them and say, well, Miss saying this information is missing from his records, why have you not provided it? So if it's just a liability, so I need to do that first.
Well, see, I'm intending to make I'm intending to make a complaint with the ICO. So, what is your stance on this? Like, because you haven't provided. It says I have to give you in your own letter. It says, let me quote it to you. Hang on a sec. Following the response to the issues you raised, if you are not content with the outcome, you may apply directly to the Information Commissioner's officer for a decision. So, and so what it is I'm just asking. Can you do I need to put this in writing? Are you going to do it on the phone? Because I'm going to send this to the ICO. So, I just wanted to know what your response was, please.
That's fine. Obviously I can't tell what information's missing. I'm reliant on the council tax department. But if you're saying that information's missing from your file, I can contact them now.
Yes, please. I'm not being a pain, because like I said, I'm waiting to.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't know anything about my complaint, would you? You're just dealing with just this specific. So I'm going to ring. Do you know who Julie Noble is?
Yes, I do.
So I'm going to ring her next year. What it is I've got the complaint, but I'm getting no update. So this is the subject access I wanted, and the liability order. That is the reason I made the subject access request. Is not in the bundle.
Right. Okay. Like I said, I can't say why they haven't included that. But
well, it says on here that you have to give an explanation for why. So the point I'm trying to raise is
I'm going back to the council tax department now.
Yep.
And speak to them and ask them why they haven't included that.
So what is it? Do I need to put? It says in here that I need to put it in writing now. This just to let you know, this is a recorded phone call. Now I've got your recorded.
That's fine. If you wanted an internal review of the way that your request has been dealt with, i.e. a complaint, then you need to put it in writing to us, and that information is within the letter that I've sent you.
So you're not going to check with the council tax people now?
No, I am. I'm still going to check for them, regardless of whether you want to make a complaint or not. I'm still going to follow that up with them because they should have sent me everything.
Yes, but listen, Kim. I know it's not your fault. It's like I know it's not your fault, but you've got to understand how I'm frustrated. I put a subject access request so I could get that one document. You've sent me every other document but the one I've received, and I'm getting no response from the complaint. I'm getting no response from the courts over this. I've provided you evidence that, and the subject access request was specifically so I could get the liability order, because I'm applying to take things out of my benefits now, so I can send all this paperwork I've got to the benefits and say, do due diligence and look, that you can't do this. And no, you won't even send me the very document that I wanted. And I know it's not your fault, but could you please emphasise this to Council Tax Department.
I will do, and I'm sure that, you know, I can understand why you feel the way that you do. Like I said to you, whether you make a complaint to us or not, I am concerned with the fact that they have...
Well, it's illegal. It's basically illegal. You've got to record to the Data Protection Act. You've got to comply with the Data Protection Act, and you're clearly not.
So what I'm going to do is go back to the Council Tax Department right now and speak to them and ask them why that information's not included. So I see. I've got nobody else's name. So what do I do with this now? Am I going to wait for you to get back to me, or are you going to respond to me with a letter, or should I make a complaint? I don't know what to do now. So you see, I'm at a bit of a loss of an end. So if you want to wait until I get back to you and see why that information isn't why they haven't included that information.
Well, that would be great, please. But the problem is, I've been getting the runaround off the council since I've started. So all I want is, I've got the phone call recorded. I don't want you to say yes, I'm going to look into it, and then leave me for a week, and so I've got to then ring you back up, because that's what's been happening. Do you know what I mean? And so this is kind of a serious matter. You've got to conform with it. You know what I mean? With the ICL regulations, it's simple. And if I make a data protection, you've got to provide me by law all the documents. And again, the Council Tax Department. It's funny enough because that's the one that my complaints are logged with. The people from the Council Tax Department, and they're not providing you documents by law.
I wouldn't have the records, you see. If I had the records, I'd give you everything that, you know, you're entitled.
Kim, I know, Kim, that's why I haven't rung you before, because I know it's not you. The reason I'm ringing you is because your name's on a document that says subject access request. So at the minute, I'm not being threatening anything, but you're liable for providing me this information, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you are. So really, I know the difference between suing a corporation and suing a person, and I've got absolutely nothing against you. I'm already wanted to take one of your staff to court because they won't provide me with the name who's gone for this liability order. You now won't provide me with the name of the liability order, and this is on your shoulders at the minute.
Yeah, okay.
Because I've got to make a complaint about you because you haven't provided me the deep down I know it's not you. Does that make sense? And I don't want to make a complaint against you when I know it's not you.
If the complaint thing is, the liability is with the council.
Yeah.
Not against me personally.
Yeah, well, your name's on this document, so technically you are liable for it. You put a name on this document saying that you're going to give me all the information, even though it's not your. You still have to do due diligence where you have to make sure that it's all right. So technically you are liable for this because your name's on it. That's the way the law works. Your name's on a document. You're liable for it.
I understand that.
And I'm not going to specifically make a complaint. I'm only just telling you that's the way it is. Yeah. I don't want to make a complaint against you to the ICL, but if I don't get provided these documents, I've got no alternative, and I don't want to get off on the wrong foot with you, Kim, because I've never spoke to you before, and I don't want. I know it's not you. I know it's the Council Tax Department, but you have to provide me a copy of that liability by law. I've made the appropriate request in accordance with the law, and still you are providing me the document. Can you see how that's going to look to the Ombudsman when it gets to court?
Yeah, that's fine. Can I just tell you something?
Yes, please.
But whether or not my name's on that document, if you're asking for a copy of the liability order and you're entitled to that under the data protection, I will do my best to get you that order.
Please, what it is I don't want to seem like I'm having a go at you, because, Kim, I am not having a go at you, but I'm at the end of my tether as being fobbed off, not listened to, ignored, denied due process, and it's like, it's unfair. I mean, I'm a human being, man, do you know what I mean? And if this is all lawful, why are you carrying on like this? And you're making it very difficult for me to do anything, not you personally. So I don't mean to say against you, but you must understand my frustration.
No, I understand. Is this your telephone number that's come up?
This is the house number, this is, yeah.
Can I contact you back on this number?
You'll have to give me a time to say what it is. I suffer with mental health issues, so sometimes I'm just in my bed and I just don't get up. So could you give me a specific time, or roughly around about a time, and I'll be ready to answer your call, please?
Well, I'm gonna...
There's no rush, no pressure on you, just rough time when you think you can ring me back, like.
Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to make some inquiries now.
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock, it's 5 to 3. And I will call you back at 5 o'clock, is that okay?
Yes, that'd be great. Definitely. Can I have your assurance on a recorded phone call that you're going to ring me back? Yes,
I'll give you my assurance that I'll call you back.
Thank you.
At 5 o'clock, with an update.
Yes, okay. Thank you for your time, and thank you. Sorry to come across a bit weird, Kim, but you've got to understand, I mean...
No, I understand.
So, thank you for your help, and I do apologise again. Thank you.
No need to apologise.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Have a good day. I'll speak to you at 5, yes?
Okay, alright then.
Bye. Bye. Hello? Yeah, hello.
Hello, it's Kim Phal from the assurance team at Walsall Council.
Hello, yes.
Hello, I spoke to you earlier about your subject access request.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I've made some inquiries, and there's some good news. First of all, if I can explain why the liability wasn't included in the paperwork.
Go ahead then.
7 years ago, a decision was made in management that we were no longer going to send out the liability orders. And what was going to happen is once a liability order was made by the court, a letter would be sent out confirming that a liability order was made. Because the way that the system works, how it was explained to me, is that we don't actually have a copy of the liability order. What we can do is we have access to a court system, a portal as such, and we can take a copy of the court extract if we need to.
Well, that's not my understanding. My understanding is the liabilities are printed off your own computer, and the reason you ain't providing me the name of the liability is because the name of the person who's gone to court and made misrepresentation against me is on that liability order, and
right.
it's that liability order is what you're using against me. So I've requested. So you're saying to me you're not prepared to provide me with the copy, and you've got the legislation. What you're just saying.
No. What I'm saying is, we don't have a copy of the liability order.
But how can you, if you don't have a copy of the liability order? How can...
We do have access to it. We have access to it via court portal. So what?
That's not my understanding. My understanding is it's printed off your own computer.
Well, this is what I'm going to. We can print it off that court.
Yeah, so you print off a liability order, didn't you?
Yeah, so that's.
So can I have a copy of that liability order that you've printed off, please?
Yes, that's what's going to happen. We're going to print off a copy of that court extract, which is a liability order for you. We're also going to print off a copy of the letter that was sent. The liability order was made as well.
Yeah, I've got that letter. It's in my sales request.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be done, and I've been told that we should have it all printed off and ready for you tomorrow, Wednesday at the very latest.
Yeah, and you'll have that sent to me, like.
Yes, I can send it out to you at the same address where I sent the subject access request.
Okay, yes, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But is this? Have you got documentation to say, like, basically, because I still want to make a complaint to the ICO?
Yeah, that's fine.
So what the point is, yes, you've sort of resolved it, but you should have sent it in the first place. That is my complaint. Like, do you know what I mean?
Okay. Right. Okay, that's fine. You're well within your rights to contact the ICO.
So do I need to send, according to your guidelines, I need to put something in writing? Is that what I need to do?
Well, normally the ICO suggests that if you're going to make a complaint to them, you have to go through the organisation's complaint procedure.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I've already got a complaint logged in, but like this SARS request is separate, isn't it? So I know, do I need to write to you to say you should have provided me this when I first asked for it?
Yes.
And not have to make a second phone call and have to make another because you haven't provided me, when my complaint with the council is based around the liability order, that you've obtained that liability order deceitful, and you don't a court has got no records of issuing a liability order. I've got the phone calls and the evidence. There's no record of the courts issuing it. So I'm saying, where are you issuing it from? You claim that you've been told that they issue it from the court portal. That's not true. You issue it from your own computers, so you actually had this record. You already had it. You would have had to have had it because you sent a letter saying you had the liability order. So that's the problem, see. So like, and now I'm having to make another phone call to, well, you're making this phone call to me, but I've had to contact you again because you haven't provided it me when you clearly could have provided it me. You just chose not to provide it me, and that's a complaint, if you know what I mean.
I called you, as promised, to give you an update.
Yes, I've got no problem with you, Kim, but the point I'm trying to make is that the council tax department, not you, I'm on about the council tax department, already had this. If you ain't got the liability order, how are you applying to take money out my benefits? Because you need a copy of the liability order. You have to have a liability order.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, Mr. Hafiz, I'm going to ask the council tax department to forward me a copy of that extract, and then as soon as
I don't want the extract. I want the whole liability order.
Oh, that's what it's called, the liability.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were just saying you were going to send me an extract of it. Sorry,
No.
I misinterpreted what you said. Sorry, forgive me.
It's a terminology that's used.
Yeah. So, sorry, when you said extract to me, my head, I don't want a little bit. I want it all. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So they're going to send that through to me, and once I've got that, I'll post it out to you.
So what do I do about this complaint?
If you need to send, if you want to, and you want to pursue it, then like at the bottom of the letter, just before where it says, you can make a complaint to the ICO.
Yeah, I've read that. It says, I need to give you a reason. You've got to give me a reason for why you haven't done it. Yes, and you're providing it now, but I want the reason for why the council tax department didn't provide it in the first place. That's my complaint. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's fine. So once you put in your complaint, then obviously they'll...
Do I send this complaint about this to you?
The address is at the letter.
Yeah, I know for the ICO, but what I mean is, in there it says I have to give you a chance to address it, so then I have to write a complaint and you need to address why the council tax didn't send it to me in the first place. So what I'm saying is I can't send it to them until I've made this complaint to you, which is what I'm trying to do over the phone, but in your document it says I need to make it in writing, so I need to make the complaint in writing to you about this, then send it to them?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I'll do that then. Is that all right? I'll write it to you and send it to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not trying to be awkward or anything. I'm just trying to understand the process, how to go about this correctly.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yes, so you'd write into us. Write into us about if you want to make a complaint.
I do want to make a complaint. I am making a complaint.
Okay, that's fine. So if you do that, then we can take it from there.
Okay, so basically, I'll tell you the complaint over the phone, but I'll write it. Basically, the complaint is you haven't provided me the documentation when I provided you a lawful documentation the first time, and now I've had to ring in again. Else, if I was an idiot, like I would have just accepted that, and just that would have been it. When really you haven't provided me the main document. And yes, you've made the phone call and done it, and thank you. I appreciate what you've done, and I'm not blaming you, but this should have been sent to me with the first bundle. That's the way. That's. I know it might not be. That's the way I see it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So if you just put that in writing to us.
Okay. Yes. And Kim, thank you for what you've done today. And I've got absolutely nothing against you whatsoever. It's the process I'm angry at, not you. Do you know what I mean?
Fine. I understand that.
And what it is you're not coming correct. And it's the council tax department. Lo and behold, since I've dealt with this council tax, P. Morrison, who's in charge of the whole complaint, is actually admitted being in breach of his own complaints process. You know, withholding documents when I've sent a lawful document, I can't address this liability order because you're not allowing me to.
No, of course.
And it's unfair. So now I've got to make a complaint and take this to the ombudsman. I'm getting nowhere with the courts because they don't want to know. You're saying it's a court issue. Courts are saying it's your issue. And now you're not letting me process a proper lawful document and remedy.
I never said it was a court issue. What I'm saying is that the documentation is issued by the court, and then we obtain it from that portal. Yeah,
that's what it sounds like. But speaking to the court, I've spoken to the court. They've got no record of that liability. So how are you accessing that from the court portal? When the court has got no record of a liability order being issued. It's got no record. It's got a record. You've got no record of a court. So you're saying you're accessing the court portal. You're not, because the courts have got no record of it. They've got no record of the summons, and they've got no record of the liability order. The only people who've got the record is you.
Yeah. Well, then basically pull this information through and then recheck that with the court. And if it is the case that the order hasn't been made, then...
What is it? The court say it's a thing. They say it's a council tax issue. The court, there's no issue. There's no issue by Black Country, West Midlands Black Country Magistrates Court. There's no issue. There's no issue of a liability from Walsall. There's no issue of a summons from there. And my complaint is Walsall Council have issued their own summons, took it to their own court that they've bought and paid for, and I've got all the evidence of this. And with the SARS request, it's just another thing in a long list of things that deals with the council tax department where you're not acting correctly. And this is what my complaint is. Nothing against you. You've done brilliant today. If you hadn't done this, Kim, and I'll put this when I make a complaint, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't be getting the liability order. It's only because of you. So thank you.
But that's what we're here for.
So that's what I mean. I've got nothing against you. It sounds like, but you've got to understand why I'm angry and I'm pissed off, because basically you've got a liability order that no one's provided me. The courts have got no record of, and you're using that. I'm on disability benefits, and you're going to use that to take it out of my benefits, and you keep saying to me, there's nothing you can do. And that's just not fair, is it?
No, it's not.
And that's the point I've got, so I want to thank you for that. But if I hadn't spoke to you today, I would not be getting access to this liability order, and I should have had it the first time around.
No, of course you should have, and obviously I couldn't second guess that there should have been a liability order within the paperwork. It's only when you...
Well, there should have been. I made the SARS request to get the liability order. It's the only way. The courts got no record of it. Nobody from the council was providing it. They won't provide me with a name who's gone to court and made false representation against me. And I know for a fact the person who's done that, his name is on that liability order. Yeah. I know it is, because it's a computer-generated liability order, and somebody would have had to have signed that to say the evidence that they're giving is true and accurate. It's called a stat declaration, which you have to do. Yeah. So you've got a printout of a liability order on your computers that you won't give me access to. I've made a SARS request and you still won't give me access to it. to the fact is I've had to speak to you today for you to do something to get me that document that you should have lawfully provided. Now, if I hadn't to rung you, I'd just be left again without that liability order, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And it's just not fair. And you're using a fraudulent document to act on me. And that's the way I feel like, you know what I mean? So, like, and I feel like you keep saying to me, what you're going to do, we won't provide evidence, we won't talk to you, we'll just ignore you, fob you off, and there's nothing you can do. And that just makes me worse. Because I feel like you're bullying me, and I don't stand to being bullied at all.
No.
I've got mental health issues where I suffer with PTSD. I don't allow people, whether you're a big corporation, whether you're a person with a gun, or whether you're a person threatening me, I just do not stand for it. And that's how I feel now, like, and like, it's just, you're just not acting correct, and I'm just being ignored. And now you've got this liability order, you're going to take money out of my benefits, and you won't even provide me a copy, because the name of that person who's gone to court against me is on the copy of that liability order, and I know it is. And I know it's generated by your own computer, I know this. Whether people tell me it's not, I know how it works, I'll spend days looking and months looking into this. I know how it works, I'm quite familiar with the process, do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, sorry to go on anyway. Thank you for today, Kim.
No worries.
But it makes like when I make this complaint, I'll say good things about you. Do you know what I mean?
No,
So I just want is a bit of honesty in that. Thank you.
Okay. All right then.
Okay then. So I'll send this complaint to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. I'll get it to you for next week. I've got 7 days. Like I'll get it to you next week. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Listen, thank you for your help today, and thank you.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Are trying to help you the best we can.
Yeah.
And obviously we acknowledge that you have had issues with with your council tax and with receiving information. So we're trying to sort that out as best as possible as we can for yourself.
It's like I said, I've got to make a complaint to the ICO about all this, and your name's on this document, and I do not. I don't want to make a complaint about you, but the way it is if you're the controller. And my understanding is you're responsible for this. That's my understanding of it.
Yes, no, I understand that, but I can only go as far as the information that I'm being provided with.
Yeah, and I understand that, and we all know where the information's coming from, or lack of it, don't we?
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean,
you know what I mean? And I know this is nothing to do with you.
Last time you said that the liability order wasn't included in the paperwork, so I made sure that they sent me everything that they had on the file. Well, I asked for everything anyway.
And I've got nothing. Yeah, and I want to.
Above and beyond what you'd asked for.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have got that if it wasn't for you. And what I'm trying to say is, I really have not got any kind of a problem with you. I really haven't, because your department has helped me, and I've got to make a complaint to the ICO, and you're the controller, and even if I did have to make a complaint, I am going to explain to them how good you have personally been. That's the best I can say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you haven't done anything. We all know what department it is. We all know who ain't providing the information.
Yeah.
Between me and you, this is a record, I'm not going to say it, but we know who the people who are acting incorrectly are. Who the people who are fobbing me off, not acknowledging my complaint, leaving me alone, not even telling me you're the assigned senior manager, he's not even acknowledging me, refusing to give me documents. We all know which department it is, and it's funny enough, it's all revolving around the same people.
No.
The same people are doing the same things. I mean, I had Mark Ferns on the phone yesterday say that he hadn't authorised a document when I've got the document in my hand with his name on, saying he authorised money out to my benefits, and he point blankly said on a recorded phone call, I haven't done that. And I've got the document in my hand. He's going to look very stupid when it comes to that time, and then so it's just like one thing after another. And I know it's not you, but you represent this. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
And I've got nothing but respect for you, like even you, because I saw what you did. I wouldn't have had them documents if it weren't for you, and that's not lost on me. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand that.
But it's just, I'm so angry.
Yeah, I can understand.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry at this, but I just want to say I'm not angry with you. I'm not. But like I said, your name's on this document, and I know people are liable, and people are liable. I explained this to Mark Ferns yesterday. He kept using the words them, us, we, them. I said, listen, what you keep saying that, mate, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't deal with us, them, we, or the council. I deal with people individually. People are liable. They're liable for what they say. They think that or not, and that department thinks it's unaccountable, and it thinks it can bully and threaten me. But I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm not like everybody else. You don't understand. You cannot threaten and you cannot bully me. And that department is, I can say it with conviction, is totally corrupt. And when somebody looks at all the information that's not me, they're going to be in trouble, and they think they're unaccountable, and I'm going to show you that they're not.
Okay. Well,
Okay, yes. Sorry about this. Sorry about that, Kim. I don't mean to go on like, but
no, I can understand why you would be anxious about not having heard from us. To be honest, I thought the letter had been sent out.
I know you did. I can tell from the beginning of the recording that you did. That's why. I'm not a moron here. You saw that I picked up on that, didn't you?
Yeah. No,
I picked up on that because, and that's what. So when I'm saying that, it felt like that. Not that you're being dishonest, but I can tell you're hiding something. And you know you was, the same way as I do, but it's not you. And that's what, and as soon as I feel like that, and I get that feeling, so I'm thinking, oh God, are you part of this, like, you know what I mean? So,
no.
So, and that's how I think, even though I know you're not. I know that you seem like a decent, and that department there, I've got nothing but good praise. I've got nothing good but to say about John Price Jones. He's a good bloke. You all are.
We all try and help people.
I know you've tried to help me. If it wasn't for your department, where would I be?
Yeah.
And that is not lost on me, Kim, and it's not lost on me that you've acted really, really good. And I just want to make it clear to you, I have not got any kind of problem with you or that. What I've got a problem with is the enforcement department. That's what I've got a problem with, and the way they've acted, and the way they're treating me. And you just ain't treating me correct and fair. You're just telling me what can you do about it. And I'm a human being, man.
Yeah.
I'm a human being with mental health issues, and my time is spent all day doing this just to be ignored. And when, like you, because I haven't heard from you again, it's the same things happen to me all the way through this complaint, where you've just just ignore him, or a letter with a document put no response required. That's what I feel like.
No. We wouldn't just ignore somebody like that. Obviously, if we need to contact you, if you're waiting for us to contact you, we will contact you. If you've written to us, we're not just going to ignore the letter.
Well, no, you wouldn't, but I've got evidence that the council department have done exactly that, not just once, not twice, but 3 times. From the whole process, even from the point of me trying to log the complaint, where she wouldn't even log the complaint, and I had to physically come into the building to still not to hear my complaint, not to be taken. I then had to ring John Price Jones just to even get my complaint heard. And this has happened from day one. Even when I tried to make the complaint on the phone call, and she said clearly on a recorded phone call, I'll get my manager to call you back. The manager doesn't call me back. I have to then wait. She doesn't go after, then go physically into the building to make my complaint. The woman comes out, goes to court. She's horrible to me. She may lie about it, but I've got a recorded phone call. I've got it recorded, so it took no difference. She was horrible. She laughed at me at one point. She waved at me and going, "Ta-ra, I'll see you in court." Wouldn't take my complaint. Again, I can't log my complaint. I've had to then come back home, see what to do, phone John Price's phone number, ring your department. So if it wasn't for your department, where would I be? Nowhere. So
what we're here to do, that's what we're here to help.
yeah, don't think that's lost on me, Kim, and I'm sorry for being like this, but you've got to understand my frustration.
I understand.
This has been happening from day one now. Day one. Day one, I've been ignored. I've even got it in black and white by Gurdjieff's call in a document in my source request. No response required to anything that I say. That's just unacceptable. And with that in court, she's then gone to court with a document that she's put no response required to anything that I say, gone to court and says that I haven't contacted the council department and I haven't paid this bill, when I've got letters and everything in my source request that completely refute everything that she says. And she's gone to that court knowing full well that I had contacted the court and I had paid this bill and put on a form, no response required, then gone to court and told that court that I haven't contacted them and I haven't paid this bill. And I've got the evidence to support that. And that's why they're ignoring me. And it's just like, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but that's it. And I ain't making this up, Kim.
No, I know. I've seen your correspondence and I've seen why you're saying what you're saying. I have read the file, so I'm aware, you know, why you're raising this issue.
Yeah, and it's just, you can see, you must understand, on some level, you must know how badly I've been treated. I know you can't say that on the recorded phone call, I don't expect you to, but on some level, you all must know that this is wrong. You've got to do on some level. I mean, I'm a human being, I don't deserve to be treated like this. Not like this at all. If I've done something wrong, then I accept my consequences. But as far as I can see it, I've done nothing wrong. I haven't even been to court. There's no record of the court at all. And Mark Ferns and P Morrison think they can do what they want and say what they want because them senior managers wear them unaccountable, and you are accountable.
Yeah.
You're accountable. I explained this to Mark Ferns yesterday. You put your name into a document, you're accountable for it. You may not think you are. You may be using us, we and them, but that ain't going to wash with me in court because I sue people personally, not companies, corporations, we, us, all them. Oh, sorry, Kim, but anyway.
No, that's fine. Right, Mr. I'm going to send this letter out to you.
Yeah.
It'll go out in the post today.
Thank you. Again, I do apologise, Kim. I know
we'll explain in the letter what the process of dealing with this SAR is,
yeah.
the appeal is, yeah. And also I will acknowledge that we should have sent you an acknowledgement letter before now, which we haven't done. So I will apologise for that as well. But I'll record that in the letter I'm sending out to you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, no worries.
Thank you. So, thank you. So have a good day, Kim. And listen, thank you. I mean no offence at all to you at all.
No, of course.
So I'm just saying, I know deep down it's not you. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, no, I do understand that.
I know it's not you. We all know who it is. You know what I mean? So anyway, have a good day,
Well,
Kim.
we keep an accurate record of everything that happens on here on our system anyway.
Yeah.
About how we deal with,
Yeah, well, that's one of my sales request complaints. You haven't provided me with the phone call logs, and I know you've got them stored.
Sorry?
I haven't been provided with the phone call logs, and I know you've got them stored on your.
I'm not sure. I don't think we record phone calls. I'm not sure about the council tax department or.
Well, not you personally, but the council tax do. All calls are recorded for training and monitoring purposes.
Right. Okay. Well.
No, I'm not just saying that. That's one of my complaints that I haven't. Gurdip Court claims that she rung me. She didn't ring me because all my recordings, any phone call to me is recorded. Anything, every phone call's recorded. She didn't phone me. I went then and I said to her, "Can you provide the phone calls?" She says, "Oh, I don't think I can do that." I says, "All your calls are logged, so provide me the phone calls." Where's the phone calls in the sales request? And I specifically asked for them.
No,
they're not there, and you can't tell me that they're not recorded because you have to give a disclaimer saying all calls are recorded for training and monitoring purposes. You then have to store them phone calls for at least 18 months. That's the law. So I know you've got the phone calls, very phone calls that you won't listen to, that you've got recorded on your system that you ain't even provided.
I can, as part of your SAR appeal, I can put that to them about the phone calls because that does include that does come within recorded information.
I know it does. This is my complaint. You haven't provided me all the documents, and I know I haven't got them all.
Okay, so I'll send them an email now saying also could you please review any recorded information you have regarding Mr.
But especially by Gurdip Court on that day. Even the CCTV, because your lobby is CCTV cameras everywhere, and on that recorded phone call, when I'm claiming she was being humble, she was waving at me, going ta-ra, ta-ra.
She was in the CCTV, and we can't blank people out, so we don't have the software to, so we can't actually release CCTV.
Well, yeah, well, you can release the segment and blank everybody out, but you won't do that. That's what you can do. I mean, like I says, part of my claim is on that CCTV, she was waving at me, mocking me, going, ta-ra, ta-ra, I'll see you in court. And now that would prove exactly what I'm saying, but you ain't going to provide that. And that's what I'm saying. This is what I want all the evidence for, because I'm not lying.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, well, I'll get that letter sent out to you today, and I'll also chase up the telephone conversations as well with the council tax department. Okay.
Well, it's not the department, it's with Gurdip's Court. Gurdip's Court claims she called me. She didn't call me. That's a completely. She then claims that she spoke to somebody, and in the sales request she says, "I believe this was Mr." But then in a complaint that's done by P Morrison, she just says, "Oh, we spoke to somebody, it wasn't him," and I hung up. So you can't have it both ways. She either did speak to me or she didn't speak to me, and that's what these recordings will prove, and that's why I haven't got them.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely chase that up today.
Okay.
I'll send that letter out to you today as well.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you today. Sorry, Kim, for going on like.
No problem. Okay, thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.